Strong to severe thunderstorms again across parts of the Bluegrass State. We'll track the very latest on that and the possibility of flooding just ahead.
Flooded roads are causing problems tonight in parts of central Kentucky. Hear from people near one road who say it's become a common sight.
A cousin of a fallen Richmond police officer has a special tribute for him, and a national audience will get to see it this weekend.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening to you. Right now, a line of strong storms is moving across the Bluegrass, bringing us another round of rough weather.
It's another WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day, and we begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey to show us what he's tracking right now on the Defender radar.
Yeah, guys, severe thunderstorm watch has been expanded into central Kentucky until 1 a.m. That includes the Lexington Metro, though the majority of the severe thunderstorms are likely to be to the south of Lexington. Current warnings are out for parts of Garrett County and into sections of Lincoln County. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings that will go until 11:15. That same big line of thunderstorms we were tracking tonight at 6 o'clock across parts of Indiana and Illinois. Our future radar said between 10 and midnight, those storms would roll into central Kentucky. And here we go with that line right on top of the area. A lot of noise with this and a ton of rain. Those severe thunderstorm warnings are out now for Stanford and Lancaster. That's in Stanford here into the Lincoln County area where we've already had a 52-mile-per-hour wind gust, and that will likely knock down a few trees with that. Strongest part of the storm looks like it is over top of downtown Lancaster. Storm here east of the Stanford area, Walnut Flat over toward Preachersville, beginning to weaken maybe just a little. But boy, oh boy, Lancaster, look at the lightning. This just in the past 15 minutes. That continues over toward the Tetersville area, right along 52 in the southern parts of Garrett County. Get into Cartersville, really coming down the Paint Lick area where you picked up better than 2 inches of rain overnight into early this morning. Watch the creeks and streams. Would not be surprised if we don't start to get a few flooding reports. Madison County, guess what? You're next. Richmond down to Berea. Potential is there for some hail and damaging winds here over the next 30 to 45 minutes or so. 3D Defender showing how a few thunderstorms out ahead of this main line are trying to join up into sections of Lincoln County and over toward Jackson County into southeastern Kentucky. That line extends back toward the southwest into the Bluegrass region. Storms here are calmer. Yeah, it's a little noisy out there, but nothing severe over top of Lexington outside of some very heavy rains. But I want to draw your attention to what's going on to our west. Look at the additional rounds of thunderstorms that are developing and working toward the east. Guys, when I see a setup like this with those storms kind of putting the brakes on as far as going south and instead going from west to east, that all of a sudden raises the potential for additional thunderstorms that can produce flooding rains. We'll talk about that in greater detail when I come back in a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. A severe storm caused some damage in Louisville tonight. Police say high winds caused part of the Louisville Gardens roof to blow off and land on a nearby car. No one was injured, but police think the car was totaled. Police also report downed trees and power lines in Louisville. With more storms and heavy rain moving through, people in flood-prone areas are keeping a very close eye on creeks and streams.
In Estill County, state transportation leaders closed a stretch of Red Lick Road today because of high water, and people who live nearby tell us this isn't the first time this road has been flooded. Garrett Weimer continues our First Alert Weather Team coverage.
You can't see it from the sign, but go a little farther and you'll see it.
The water is inconvenient, but it's not a real major problem.
Neighbors say they've kind of gotten used to seeing this because it does not take much for water to flood this part of Red Lick Road.
So once the ground gets saturated, it comes up pretty quickly. So if we've had several good rains, then it will come up pretty fast.
Folks around here tell me the level this is now is nothing. They say sometimes this entire stretch of road is underwater.
It gets deeper, yeah. So as the rain increases, we typically see it come up over the fences down in this bottomland here.
With more rain likely on the way, that may soon be the case. Already, water is nearly over the pavement at a bridge just up the road.
Yeah, I've got about 130 acres here, and of course, you know, the water is not really been a major problem. You know, we've always been able to work around the water. Very rarely do we lose a crop, but sometimes we do.
Bicknell says it's a trade-off. His land is fertile, but sometimes it does flood. Just one reason he and others are keeping an eye on the forecast.
It doesn't look good, so we may get that big flood out of this one.
In Estill County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
A flooded road caused some frightening moments for 3 people in Anderson County tonight. The county's emergency management director says more than 6 feet of water is covering Rice Road at the Salt River. The 3 people in a Jeep tried to cross it just before 7 tonight. Officials say the Jeep got stuck in the water and was swept away, but the 3 people inside managed to swim to safety before emergency crews arrived. They weren't injured. Emergency crews have not been able, though, to find that Jeep.
The National Weather Service says 4 tornadoes touched down in western Kentucky yesterday. Tornadoes causing damage in Graves, Muhlenberg, Breckenridge, and Ohio counties. The strongest was in Graves County. Meteorologists say it was an EF3 tornado. It caused millions of dollars in damage in that Mayfield area. Police say that 10 people were injured, but none of them seriously. People who saw the tornado describe a frightening sight.
It was just, black as can be, and you could just see it. We seen the stuff come up out the ground, come up in the sky.
The Julian Carroll Expo Center at the Graves County Fairground is collecting donations of food, clothes, and blankets for people whose homes were damaged or destroyed in the tornado. In Wolfe County, the National Weather Service says straight-line winds up to 70 miles per hour caused damage last night. Trees fell onto some homes around Campton, and high water closed some roads. County leaders say that no one was injured in last night's storm. Remember, you can track storms along with the latest traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
New tonight, police have arrested a woman in connection to a deadly crash in Rowan County earlier this month. Moorhead police have charged Sabra McCarty with murder and wanton endangerment. They say her car crashed into another car on Highway 32 the morning of May 1st. Investigators say the driver of the other car, 23-year-old Sarah Cottle, was killed and a passenger in McCarty's car was injured. Friends say Cottle recently graduated from Moorhead State University. She was on her way home from the annual MSU Gala at the time of that crash. This weekend, the name of a fallen Richmond police officer will be added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Officer Daniel Ellis was killed in the line of duty last November. During this weekend's ceremonies, his cousin will perform a song that she wrote in his memory. Tonight, she talked to our Monique Blair about that song. Monique's at the live desk with a story that's new at 11. Monique, this is certainly special.
Yes, it is, Amber. In just a few days after Officer Daniel Ellis's funeral, his cousin, Hannah Ellis, who happens to be a singer-songwriter, decided she wanted to use her talent to honor her cousin. What came of that was the song titled Officer Down.
They call me on a cell phone telling me there's an officer down. People take from it their perspective, and people take from it their part of the story.
From the lawn of the nation's capital this Sunday, shortly after President Obama honors our nation's fallen heroes, Hannah Ellis will perform the song Officer Down for her cousin Daniel, but also for an audience of thousands.
It's really amazing to see people that don't know Daniel or Katie or anybody in the Ellis family be moved by this song. Pray for a miracle, and you didn't come back around. It brings back those memories really vividly.
The song, written from Daniel Ellis's wife Katie's perspective, evokes powerful emotion from the moments after her husband was shot.
When she listened to it 2 weeks, I think, after, she texted me and said, "Hannah, this is my life song."
Ellis hopes the lyrics will resonate with people across the world and remind them that officers are just regular people who, after working a sometimes tough shift, just want to come home to their families.
Oh, I kissed you goodbye 1,000 times, but never like I'm doing right now. Oh, with 21 shots going up for the officer down.
Hannah Ellis's song will be released on iTunes tomorrow night at midnight. At the live desk, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. More than 24 Richmond police officers, as well as most of the Ellis family, will be in Washington this weekend to honor Officer Ellis.
Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump being criticized by both parties tonight for not releasing his tax returns. His response in 9 minutes.
And then a big celebration at a Lexington hospital tonight as it showed off a major expansion.
Strong to severe thunderstorms across the area. Straight ahead, we'll show you how those storms may continue into the overnight and how flooding may become the bigger threat. That's up next.
The system is rigged. There's not enough good jobs. It's harder to get ahead. And Washington is broken. We need leaders that put our country ahead of party. I'm a businessman, not a politician. I don't believe every Democratic idea is a good idea or every Republican idea is a bad one. I'll take good ideas from both sides and put Kentucky first. I'm Jim Gray. I sponsored this ad to make our state stronger and more prosperous.
Jim Gray, Kentucky first.
My hospital bills were over $300,000. As soon as I got the first bill, I contacted Becker and I was like, is there anything that you guys can do with it? And they was like, we'll handle it. They talked to the hospitals to try to get it knocked down as best as they could. Whenever I found out that they knocked my bills down from about $300,000, I was just thankful. It's a relief.
Serious, experienced results. Call the Becker Law Office. Just dial 3s.
Step right up for something fun. For just $1, the excitement's begun. The game's called Keno, and you can play it in an alley. Or you can play it with your best friend, Sally. You can play it here or there. You can play it almost anywhere. Play with many numbers or just a few. How you play is all up to you. You can put down a little or put down a lot. So what do you say? Give Keno a shot. Just pick your numbers and hope you win, and a few minutes later, you can play it again. Now you can play Keno wherever Kentucky Lottery games are sold, fueling imagination, funding education.
Well, I would recommend Critchfield Meats to anybody that's looking for a quality product and a quality shopping experience. I've never walked in the front door when I wasn't greeted. They appreciate my business, and I appreciate that as a customer.
If you have questions about your accident, the consultation is free, and you don't pay us unless we're successful. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on 104.5 The Cat. Stay connected to the news that matters to you. WKYT.
It's a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day, and it's going to roll on through tonight and into our Thursday when we run the risk of more in the way of some strong thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorm watch is out for the counties that are in yellow. That's the Lexington Bluegrass area. That'll take us until 1 a.m. Leading edge of this line of thunderstorms, though, is getting close to the I-75 corridor. For just a few more minutes, severe thunderstorm warnings are out for parts of Boyle County, or I should say Lincoln County. Boyle County, we're out of that. Lincoln County and into Garrett County. Defender Radar Network, look at all the storms that are lining up. This is a heavy rain signature showing up right now on the radar trends. This is going to be a night to where we're going to likely hear thunder for the better part of the overnight across central and eastern Kentucky, and watch the creeks and streams. We've picked up a tremendous amount of rain over the past few days. So parts of Garrett County and Lincoln County, that severe thunderstorm warning set to expire in just a matter of minutes. Lincoln County, strongest part of the storm is right on top of the Crab Orchard area, and that's right on top of 150-39, the intersection there. Worst of the weather is getting ready to move over toward Broadhead into Rockcastle County. Strongest thunderstorm is now crossing out of Garrett County. Lancaster, we've been hammered with some hail and high winds and a ton of rain. Watch the creeks and streams here. We're likely to see some swollen waterways right now. Worst of that, though, is getting ready to cross over into Berea, I-75, Richmond. That'll be hitting our neck of the woods here very, very shortly. Look at the heaviest rains on the west side of town, over around the Richmond Center, and eventually, folks, around Lake Reba. You're going to be getting in on some thunder, lightning, and maybe some gusty winds around 40 to 50 miles per hour. That little line of thunderstorms trying to develop toward the southeast. Folks here into Jackson County around McKee hearing the rumbles of thunder. Not considered to be severe, though. We've got a little gust front that is out ahead of this main line by roughly 5-10 miles or so. You're going to get that big gust of wind before the rains begin to settle on into town. Heavy rain here, Russell Springs up toward Liberty into parts of Casey County. Lexington Bluegrass region, farther north that we get, the weaker the storms begin to show up here across eastern Fayette County. Although I say that, and then there's one little thunderstorm that's popped up here around Berry into Harrison County that is on the strong side. East side of town, I can verify it's raining here in Winchester Road near Hamburg Pavilion area. To the west of us, look at all the heavy rain. Lexington picked up better than 2 inches of rain yesterday and last night. I could see us picking up an inch of rain, if not a little more, tonight. into tomorrow morning with this swath of rain coming on into town. Oh, it doesn't end there. Let's go back to the west now. West of 65. Look at all the showers and thunderstorms lining up now from west to east. Why are we concerned about that? The future radar may be initializing a little too far to the north, but the overall trend on that, watch this is 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Still raining out there, 7, 8 o'clock. Beginning to dry up just a little bit, and we're going to turn awfully muggy as we go into the middle of the day tomorrow. So here's a breakdown. A few rounds of storms continue tonight. Some could be severe with more in the way of some local high water issues. It's not going to take much rain to cause some local flash flooding. That's another problem late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Get us to Friday. Friday, best time of the week anyway. It gets better, partly sunny. Temperatures that will be on the pleasant side. Then we roll toward the weekend. Cold front into town Saturday morning. Chilly showers, a rumble of thunder. We'll struggle all day, upper 50s to low 60s for a high. Sunday into Monday, it's cold. By mornings, by mid-May standards, during the morning, 35 to 40 for lows. There's a chance for a little frost Sunday morning. And then 24 hours after that, we could be talking about the threat for severe weather again by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Right now, severe weather threat slowly diminishing just a little bit. I'm worried about the heavy rain and flood threat overnight.
Yeah, it's coming down right now for
sure.
sure.
And we'll be here with you all night to keep you up to date.
Chris, we appreciate it. Thank you.
A disagreement over helicopters has neighbors of Papa John's founder filing complaints. We'll explain in 7 minutes.
All right, come on, everybody. It's time to go.
Getting more for your money is simpler than you might think. When you shop at Kroger, you get low prices throughout the store, weekly specials, great value from our quality brands, digital coupons, and even fuel points to help you save at the pump. No spin, just savings.
Treat your family to boneless pork loin for $1.59 a pound. And red seedless grapes are just $1.48 a pound. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
Thanks for coming today. I want each of you to grab a 2x8 and cut it. You'll have 2 saws to choose from. You all chose the best tool for the job. Wouldn't it make sense to make the same choice when it comes to your truck?
Absolutely.
This is the 2016 Chevy Silverado.
Nice.
A good-looking pickup.
Incredible.
I love it.
Find your tag and get a total value of $9,000 on this Silverado Double Cab All-Star. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
Pet moments are beautiful, unless you have allergies. Then your eyes may see it differently. Flonase is the first and only nasal spray approved to relieve both itchy, watery eyes and congestion. No other nasal allergy spray can say that. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control 1 substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. More complete allergy relief. Flonase, 6 is greater than 1, changes everything.
Nancy Jo Kemper, a trusted minister, a single mother who worked to put her kids through school, and now running to fight for us in Congress.
People in Kentucky are struggling. It's time to invest in jobs and protect Social Security, but Washington seems only interested in protecting the very wealthy. It's time to fix this broken system and focus on people once again.
It's time for a leader who serves.
I'm Nancy Jo Kemper, and I approve this message.
It's Toyota time at Green's Toyota of Lexington during their Toyota Time sales event going on this weekend. 0% financing on 10 different Toyota models, including the new 2016 Avalon, Camry, Corolla, Prius, RAV4, and Sienna, with up to $2,500 in customer cash available. And save up to $5,000 off MSRP on new Toyotas with our Green Saver coupon. Hurry in to Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer, Green's Toyota.
Great people, great cars, think Green's.
Tomorrow, presidential candidate Donald Trump will travel to Washington, D.C. to meet with Republican congressional leaders to talk about how to unify the GOP.
But it comes as Trump takes some heat from both parties for failing to release his income tax returns. Weijia Jiang has the latest from the campaign trail.
2012 Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney says Donald Trump should be disqualified from running for president if he won't release his tax returns. Romney took to social media Wednesday suggesting Trump is holding out because there's a bombshell in them. But Trump told the Associated Press on Tuesday there's nothing to learn from his tax returns. He also tweeted that he told the AP he'll release his taxes when an audit is complete. Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton added to the mounting pressure during a campaign stop in New Jersey.
My husband and I have released 33 years of tax returns. So you got to ask yourself, why doesn't he want to release them? Yeah, well, we're going to find out.
Trump is also under pressure from his party. He will meet with Speaker of the House Paul Ryan and other congressional leaders tomorrow. They will discuss ways to unify the GOP.
We just finished probably one of the most grueling primaries in modern history. It's going to take some work, and that's the kind of work we're dedicated to doing.
So far, Ryan has said he's not ready to endorse Trump. Trump said it would be great if he could make a deal with party leaders, but insists he'll win the White House no matter what. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Washington.
Democratic candidate Bernie Sanders has released his 2014 tax return. Former President Bill Clinton will return to Kentucky tomorrow. He'll campaign for his wife Hillary in Owensboro, Frankfort, and Prestonsburg.
Tonight, we are learning more about the case against two people charged in connection to a string of arsons in central Kentucky. As we first told you here last night at 11, police arrested 38-year-old John Roth and a 17-year-old. Police made the arrests after they say Roth tried to sell some items stolen from a Madison County home at a pawn shop in Nicholasville. Police say that home on Jacks Creek Road was broken into and set on fire Monday. The homeowner says his neighbor saw someone matching Roth's description the morning of the fire.
She said they were just driving really slow, which would mean they would have had to been looking back behind them to make sure the house caught fire, and they weren't concerned about getting away from a burglary. They were making sure that the arson had worked.
Police say Roth had been out on parole after an arson conviction in Jefferson County. Right now, he's charged with receiving stolen property, and the 17-year-old is charged with arson and burglary. They think the pair could also be behind arsons and burglaries in Fayette, Scott, Jessamine, and Garrett counties.
New tonight, neighbors of Papa John's founder John Schnatter are blaming him for some noise in the neighborhood. Schnatter lives in Anchorage, just outside Louisville. He's been using some farmland he owns in his neighborhood to land and launch helicopters. And some of his neighbors aren't happy with it. About a dozen of them have complained about the helicopters to Anchorage city leaders. Through a statement, Schnatter says he only occasionally lands helicopters there and says he's within all regulations. Earlier this year, Papa John's received approval to build a helipad on top of its corporate office in nearby Jeffersontown.
It's been in the works for years, and tonight a Lexington hospital celebrate an expansion. Baptist Health Lexington officially dedicating its new North Tower. It is the largest part of the hospital's $246 million expansion project. Hospital leaders say the project was designed to help patients and their visitors.
We now have expanded facilities where everybody will have a private room, where families will have more room to stay with their patients, an oncology center that has every service together. We have places where people can wait in waiting rooms that are open, where sunlight gets the windows.
This week, Becker's Hospital Review named Baptist Health Lexington as one of its 100 great hospitals in America for 2016. It's the only hospital in Kentucky to make the list.
New tonight, CBS has announced that longtime 60 Minutes correspondent Morley Safer is retiring. He spent 46 years reporting for the news magazine, but he had a noted career as a reporter even before that. Safer is 84 years old. CBS will air an hour-long special on his career Sunday night after 60 Minutes. You'll be able to see it right here on WKYT. Think about that amazing career. You often think, wonder what his most favorite story is. Can you pick one after all those years?
And showing pictures there from the 60s when he covered Vietnam. So, I mean, he's a correspondent who's done it all.
Absolutely, he has.
All right, we'll have to watch that one. A pitching gem tonight, Rob, in the majors.
Well, it was not a no-hitter, but a feat that has been accomplished only 5 times. And it seemed like John Calipari took a jab at Duke's recruiting earlier this week. Cal was asked about it today. That's next in sports. Stay with us.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter.
Right now at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, formerly Chrysler on Nicholasville, get 25% off MSRP on all remaining new 2015s in stock. During the Drive and Discover event, new 2016 Jeep Cherokees, $199 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
Here's a fun way to control your luck. It's a game called Keno. You can start with $1. You pick your numbers, your odds, and your wager. And the winnings, well, they could be major. Just pick your numbers and hope you win. A few minutes later, you can play it again. Now play Keno wherever Kentucky Lottery games are sold.
Taller grass has fewer weeds and needs less water. Mow better, Lexington.
Peace of mind is what you'll receive at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, because every certified pre-owned vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty at no additional cost. 100% parts, 100% labor, zero deductible. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $161 million.
A season pass to Kentucky Kingdom is only $59.95. And with benefits like free parking and dollar drinks, a season pass pays for itself in just one visit. And enjoy the rest of the summer for free. Stop by your local Kroger store to get yours today. But hurry, offer ends soon.
Right now, fresh ground beef is just $2.99 a pound. And pick up a package of Kroger cheese for $1.88. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
Thanks for coming today. I want each of you to grab a 2x8 and cut it. You'll have 2 saws to choose from. You all chose the best tool for the job. Wouldn't it make sense to make the same choice when it comes to your truck?
Absolutely.
This is the 2016 Chevy Silverado.
Nice. A good-looking pickup. Incredible. I love it.
Find your tag and get a total value of $9,000 on this Silverado Double Cab All-Star. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
Looking for the best boat your money can buy? Check out Tracker, Nitro, Sun Tracker, and Tahoe boats. Backed by the best factory warranties in the business. And Tracker is holding the line on pricing. Most 2016 boats are at or below last year's prices. Like the 2016 Tracker Pro Team 190TX for $1,100 below the 2014 price. 2016 boats at 2015 prices. At the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boating Center in Corbin.
With a heavy-duty welded steel deck and exclusive smooth track steering, the Hustler Raptor zero-turn mower doesn't play around. It's got the power to turn your weekend to-do list into your weekend to-done list. The legendary Hustler Raptor family starting at just $27.99. Tools, not toys.
Get your Hustler mower at Southern States Co-op of London and Valley Farm Equipment in Science Hill.
John Calipari answering questions on a variety of topics this afternoon, including a post on his website earlier this week that appeared to take a shot at Duke's recruiting. Cal wrote that he would never go into a home with a pitch of, "You're set for life if you come here." Well, today, Calipari said it was nothing directed at Duke.
That post was more in a general sense. It wasn't geared to one person, one program. It was in a general sense. Now, you guys ran with it and did what you did, but it was more broad than that. Probably, normally I say when you throw a rock in a pack of dogs, the one you hit starts yelping. That hit it should have hit 15 heads, okay? Not just one.
All right, UK releasing dates and times for preseason basketball. Madness, Friday night, October 14th, 7 o'clock. Blue-white scrimmage 1 week later, Friday night, October 21st. Exhibition games, October 30th at Rupp Arena against Clarion, and then November 6th against Asbury. Those are both Sundays. All the games and events will be on the SEC network. Today, UK announcing the former guard Amber Smith will join the staff of Matthew Mitchell in a player development role. Smith played from 2008 to 2012. She played in 123 games, 109 starts, averaging 7 points, 3.4 assists a game, leading UK to a pair of Elite Eight finishes. Smith spent the last 2 years as an assistant on the staff at Louisiana Tech. Mark Stoops reportedly close to hiring his next assistant coach on the defensive side of the ball. Florida International defensive coordinator Matt House in town today for his second interview with Stoops. That, according to our partners at the Herald Leader. House has also spent time as defensive coordinator at Pitt and has experience in the NFL. Kentucky Derby winner Nyquist got his first look at the track at Pimlico this morning. Nyquist jogged around the mile oval. He is in Barn D, stall 24, same that I'll Have Another had when he won the Preakness for Redham Racing.
You know, it's great experience and the success with I'll Have Another, and it just makes you wake up every morning wanting that much more and experience that. You know, you learn from, you know, I'll Have Another success and, you know, what we did with I'll Have Another. You know, we've slightly changed a few things with Nyquist's training regime, but, you know, it worked well in the Kentucky Derby, and we're not going to change that.
After being rained out last night, Reds and the Pirates wrapping up their series tonight, tied 1-1 in the fourth. Jay Bruce connects, and it is just fair inside the foul pole, 2-run homer. In the eighth, 4-3 Reds, but Josh Harrison slams one to deep right center. Pirates tie it up 4-4. Top of the ninth inning, Jordy Mercer bloops one out to right field, and the go-ahead run comes in. Pirates take the lead for the first time in the game. They go on to win it by a final count of 5-4. And the Major League strikeout record for a 9-inning game, tied tonight by the Nationals' Max Scherzer. He strikes out 20. Only the fifth time the feat has ever been accomplished. Roger Clemens did it twice. Nationals won the game 3-2. Scherzer pitched a couple of no-hitters last season. That's sports. We'll be right back.
All summer long, your road to refreshment leads to Speedway. And now that Speedway's grown throughout the Midwest, Northeast, and Southeast, nobody has a handle on your summer fun better than Speedway. From the sunny shores of Florida to New York City, from the Carolinas to the New England coast, your road to refreshment leads to Speedway. And with your Speedway app, there's always a Speedway nearby and a chance to win prizes with every visit on your trip.
We're on your way, the convenience stores of Speedway.
Now, a 32-ounce Speedy Freezer fountain drink's just 89 cents.
A season pass to Kentucky Kingdom is only $59.95. And with benefits like free parking and dollar drinks, a season pass pays for itself in just one visit. And enjoy the rest of the summer for free. Stop by your local Kroger store to get yours today. But hurry, offer ends soon.
Right now, fresh ground beef is just $2.99 a pound. And pick up a package of Kroger cheese for $1.88. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
Only $29.95.
What? You're not buying this. Come on. No.
Awesome.
No, too expensive.
Cut it out. This is embarrassing.
Ah. Come on, open up. You never let me have any fun.
Hey, what about a vacation? At Allegiant.com, we can get a great deal on flights and more, and that's fun.
How come most of the time I can't get you to open up, but going on vacation is okay?
One word, Allegiant.
Listen to your wallet and visit Allegiant.com now.
Folks have been taking the short drive to satisfaction for over 20 years. Folks from everywhere come here, not just from here in Winchester. And who wouldn't come here? With over 2,500 vehicles to choose from here in Winchester, Kentucky. No matter if it's 100 miles or the short drive from Lexington, our staff will help you start your journey. Tim Short Chevrolet.
Bluegrass RV has more than 300 new and used RVs in stock. So many ways to bring indoor comfort to your outdoor adventures. Financing options with payments so low you can have fun year-round. Bluegrass RV is celebrating new owners and new management at our grand opening event Saturday, May 21st. Meet stars from Kentucky's 96 NCAA championship team from 10 till noon. Free barbecue, rain or shine. Come see us on North Broadway in Lexington, where good times begin.
Don?
Ned?
Trump?
Cruz?
Congress.
Mike Pape. You?
Yeah, Mike Pape. Unlike James Comer, who refuses to repeal Obamacare, Mike Pape will repeal Obamacare.
And unlike Comer, who's for Obama's amnesty, Mike Pape is against amnesty and will build the wall.
Mike Pape is a trusted conservative.
He'll make America great again.
I'm Mike Pape, and I approve this message.
If you have a business dispute, the consultation is free, and you don't pay us unless we're successful for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you, like WKYT on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody. Defender Radar Network still lining up with thunderstorms that are strong to severe, especially south of Interstate 64. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning is out for parts of Estill, Jackson, Lee, and Owsley counties. That'll go until midnight for that complex of thunderstorms that is racing on through. Worst of the storm is on top of McKee. Additional rounds of thunderstorms back to the west. Got to watch out for local high water issues as we make our way through the overnight. Keep it right here in WKYT as the first alert severe weather day continues into Thursday.